Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with my second video on tense and types. So let's get started. Let us begin with present tense. Simple present tense is used to indicate an action in the present. For example, I can say I go to school. Now let us look at the usage. First is to talk about general truths. So we can say the sun rises in the east. Second, habitual actions. I wake up early morning every day. Third, rituals or customs. The entire village celebrates the river festival every year. Number 4, characteristics. Farmers use the water from the river for cultivation. Horses sleep while they are standing. Horses sleep while they stand. Number 5, proverbs and sayings. Honesty is the best policy. Exclamatory sentences. How fierce the storm is. How beautiful the flower is. Number 7, sentences to represent future actions. So here present tense can be used to talk about some future actions, future plans instead of future tense. So the sentence can be, our school reopens tomorrow. I leave for Delhi the day after. Okay. Number 8, in conditional clauses in place of the simple future tense. And how to use it? If I get good marks, my mother shall buy me a bicycle. Okay, I repeat, if I get good marks in exam, my mother shall buy me a bicycle. So let's move on and let's check our understanding by doing this exercise. Education dash us stand out, us stand on our own feet. So education makes. Zubin Garg dash very well. Sings. Lata studies very hard. Malayalis celebrate Onam with great enthusiasm. Rita walks to school. So education makes us stand on our feet. So what is this? What type of a sentence is this? General truth. Zubin Garg sings very well. Characteristic. Lata studies very hard. Can be habitual. Malayalis celebrate Onam with great enthusiasm. Rituals or customs. Rita walks to school. Habit. Okay. Now let's move on to the next form of present tense. After simple present tense, it is present continuous tense. So I can say I am writing a poem. So that is present continuous tense. So usage, it is used to refer to continuing action. As I said, I am writing a poem. Next, a definite future action. He is going out of town tomorrow. He is going out of town tomorrow. I'm going to Delhi tomorrow. Right? Third one, to refer to a future plan. I am planning to buy a gift for my mother. So, for a future plan, also present continuous tense can be used. After that, let us go to the third form. No, let us go to past tense. So, past tense, first form is simple past tense. It is used to indicate an action completed in the past. For example, if I say, we moved to Kolkata, that means if the present time is 2021, we moved to Kolkata before 2021. Okay, so let's look at its usage. It is used to talk about an event that took place in the past. As I said, we moved to Kolkata, right? That means before 2021. Second, indicate past habits. I can say, I used to get up very late when I was a child. Third, narrate a story. Once upon a time, there lived a king. Number 4, talk about history. So, what can we say? Talk about history. Ashoka was a great emperor. Okay, so let's move on to past continuous tense, second form of past tense. So it is used to denote a continuing action in the past. I can say, I was sleeping when my friend arrived. I was sleeping when my friend arrived. Now let us look at its usage. It is used to refer to an ongoing action in the past. So in the past, my friend arrived. At that time, I was sleeping. Second, to refer to a longer duration of a past action. I can say she was suffering from fever for a long time. Let's move on to perfect tense. First is the present perfect tense. This particular tense indicates an action that started in the past and is still connected with the present in some way or the other. It shows an action that has been completed just now or some time back in the immediate past. For example, I have studied in Delhi University. I have studied in Delhi University. We cannot use the present perfect tense for an action that is not connected to the present. Please remember, we cannot use the present perfect tense for an action that is not connected to the present. The sentence, I have studied in Delhi University, refers to an action completed at a point in the past, but the result of that action is still relevant at the time of speaking. I hope you all have understood. Let us look at its usage. Firstly, it is used to indicate a finished action that has its impact in the present. Just now I said, I can say, I have found my lost purse. Secondly, to convey information or news. The Prime Minister has arrived at the US airport. Thirdly, for repeated action till the present, I have listened to the song 4 times since this afternoon. Number 4, to indicate an action that has started in the past and is still continuing. Example can be, I have always admired doctors. I have always admired doctors and I still continue to admire them. It means that. Now let us look at the present perfect continuous tense. It is used to either denote an action that started in the past and is still continuing, or an action that has just ended. For example, I have been teaching here since 2005. This sentence tells us about an action that started in 2005 and is still continuing in 2021. I can even say, I have been running since 6 a.m. Now, this sentence tells us that the speaker started running at 6 a.m. in the morning and the act of running ended much after that. That means at the time of speaking. Its usage, it is used to denote the duration of an action that started sometime in the past and is still continuing. So I can say, the police has been chasing the robbers for the last 2 months. The duration of the chase is important and therefore written in the present perfect continuous tense. Now, if I say the police is chasing the robbers, then this is a general statement about a continuing action and therefore written in the present continuous tense. Okay, so that is the difference between present continuous and present perfect tense. Present perfect continuous tense, sorry. I'm repeating. The police has been chasing the robbers for the last 2 months. Here the duration of the chase is important and therefore it is written in the present perfect continuous tense. And if I say the police is chasing the robbers, here I'm using present continuous tense, and this is because this is a general statement about a continuing action. Third point, it talks about the duration of an action till the time of speaking. I repeat, it talks about the duration of an action till the time of speaking. Example can be, he has been trying to reduce weight since last summer. And before that, number 2 is, it talks about an action that just ended. Just ended. It's like, hello, I have been looking for you for the last couple of hours. Okay, I repeat, I am talking to someone. Hello, I have been looking for you for the last couple of hours. So this action just ended as soon as I met you. Okay, now let's move on to past perfect tense. It is used to sequentialize the past actions. In other words, the past perfect tense helps us to distinguish between actions that have taken place in the near past and the ones that took place in the distant past. Sequentialize means which past action took place earlier. Okay, which is the first action, which is the second action. So this is what we mean by sequentialize. Now, for example, I remember that we had spoken before. Now, this particular sentence informs us about two past events. One is the speaker spoke to someone sometime in the past, and the second action is the speaker remembered that incident. So here the past perfect tense is used to refer to the past action, that is, speaking with each other, that occurred before another past action. And which one is that? And that past action is the speaker remembering the incident of speaking. Therefore, we can say that the past perfect tense refers to the first of the two actions in the past. For example, by the time I reached the station, the train had already left. Okay, by the time I reached the station, this is simple past. The train had already left because this is the first action. The train had left. After that, I reached the station. So both these actions happened in the past. Now we need to sequentialize these two. So the earlier action takes the past perfect tense and the second action takes the simple past tense. Usage, first one. It is used to refer back to the first of the two actions in the remote past. I have already explained it. The train had left before I arrived at the station. So I arrived after the train had left. So the train left, the train had left because it is the first action. So it is taking the past perfect tense. And the second action is taking the simple past tense. I arrived. Second one, report actions that have taken place in the past. Report actions that have taken place in the past. For example, Nitish had lost his watch. It's quite some time in the past that Nitish had lost his watch. So that's all about the usage. Now the next tense, past perfect continuous tense. It denotes the length of any past action that continued till the time of reference in the past. The tense tells us about the continuity of the longer action among the two acts in the past. For example, by the time I reached the hall, the debate had been continuing for an hour. So, first event had been continuing. It started much before I reached. So, I reached, this is event 2. So, here the act of reaching the hall by someone at a particular point of time in the past is being reflected. The next action is the act of starting of the debate for an hour before the person reached the hall, and the continuity of the debate till the time the person reached the hall. So the past perfect continuous tense here, that means event 1, is used to particularly denote the continuity of event 1. That is the debate prior to event 2. That means I reached in the past. Now, if I take another sentence, Raju had been playing for this club for 9 years. This sentence refers to the length of Raju's involvement with a particular club in the past. This also tells us that Raju is no longer playing there, or that the career of Raju has recently ended. So I repeat my sentence. Raju had been playing for this club for 9 years. That means he was continuing playing for this club for 9 years. After that, he stopped because it is had been playing. I hope you have understood. Now, when we use past perfect continuous tense, we need to use since, for, and used to. So let me give you an example. It's not only for past perfect continuous, it's also for present perfect continuous tense. So I give you an example. Rita has been walking since 5 a.m. this morning. So the word since is used to emphasize the beginning of an action, to denote the point of beginning of an action that is continuing in the time of speaking. So Rita has been walking since 5 a.m. this morning, and she still continues to walk at the time of speaking. Second, let us look at the usage of for. It is used to denote the duration of an action being referred to. The duration of an action being referred to. Rita has been walking for 2 hours. Rita has been walking for 2 hours. So for is used to denote the duration of Rita's walk this morning. So I repeat, the word for is used to emphasize the duration of an action. Now let us come to used to. It is used to denote a past habitual action that is not done anymore. For example, I used to play cricket in school. Here the verb used to tells us about my habitual action of playing cricket in the past. By reading this sentence, we also come to know that probably I'm out of school now and I do not play cricket for the school. And here you need to note that the verb used to does not have any present tense form. So you cannot say, I used to go to school at 7:30 a.m. every morning. It was wrong. If you mean to say your habitual action, that means in present tense, you have to say, I go to school at 7:30 a.m. every day. Yes, to denote a past action, I used to go to school at 7:30 a.m. when I was a child. That means now you are an adult, or not anymore a child, and that practice has been stopped. So that's all for today. And the next tense, that is future tense, will be dealt with in my next video. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel for the notification. Till then, learn well and study well. Thank you.